Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and I'm here to solve a classic Sudoku created by Sam Kavanagh Johnson. So I think this is the fifth or the sixth classic Sudoku, consecutive classic Sudoku video that I'm covering. So the link to solve this is in the description of the video. I'll just jump into the Sudoku now. Classic rules apply. Each row, each column and 3 by 3 box in the grid has digits from 1 to 9 without any repetitions. I noticed a comment by the author that this is a very hard classic Sudoku. So be prepared for that. And having said that, I'll jump into the solve now. 1 is in row 7, row 9. So that gives me a 1 in these two cells. 1 in column 2 and column 1 gives 1 in these three cells. Okay, not much to pencil mark for the 1. Let's go to 2's. There are only 2 2's in the grid. 2 is in row 8 and 2 is in column 6. So that gives me a 2 in these two cells, which then gives a 2 in row 7. 2 in box 1 has 4 cells. So I'm not going to mark that. Let's go to 3's. There is only a solo 3 in the grid. 3 can't be here, so that puts a 3 here. 3 has lots of options in other boxes. Let's go to 4's. 4 is in row 4 and 4 is in row 6. So that gives me a 4 in one of these two cells in box 5. 4 is in column 1 and 2. That gives a 4 in this triomino. 4 in box 3 can't be in these three cells, so it goes in this triomino. Okay, no boxes which have only 2 cells for the 4s. Let's go to 5's. There are only 2 5's in the grid. So that gives a 5 in these 3 cells. Not marking that. I'm just observing it. 5 is not in column 5. So that gives a 5 in these two cells in box 2. I think, as the author said, this seems to be a really hard Sudoku. No single that you can place from just scanning the grid. At least so far, I have not been able to place anything. Let's continue for the 5's. 5 has lots of options in box 1, many options in box 3. And understandably so, because both the 5 givens are in the bottom 3 boxes. So you can't expect to mark much in the top areas. Let's go to 6. 6 is not in row 4. 6 is not in row 5. That gives me a 6 here. 6 is not in row 1 and row 2. So that gives me a 6 here in box 1. 6 in column 6 has to be in box 7 in these three cells. Not going to mark that. And that's about it. Let's go to the 7's. 7 is in column 8 and 9. That gives a 7 in these three cells. 7 in row 5 and row 6. And that gives our first digit. So we got our first digit courtesy of this 7's. 7 is not in column 3. 7 is not in row 9. So 7 goes in these two cells. Excellent. 7 is not in column 3. So 7 goes here. 7 has many options in box 2. 7 is not in column 4. 7 is not in row 9. That's nice. So that gives a pointing pair of 7's in box 8 neatly tucked into these two cells, and which means that 7 cannot be in row 2 column 6 because it's being looked at by these two 7's. So 7 goes here. Okay, time to move to the 8's. 8 is not in column 8 and 9 of box 6. So 8 is in column 7 of box 6 into these two cells. This cell is, of course, eliminated. You have an 8 there. Okay, 8 is not in column 4 and column 5 of box 5. That gives an 8 here. Excellent. We got our second digit, and that pushes the 8 in box 6 into this cell, giving us the 6 here. Superb. So 8 is giving us some more digits. In row 9, there are only two options for the 8. That will go into these two cells. Let's continue now. And 8 in row 3, that's interesting. I've got a locked pair here. 6 is going in these two cells and 8 is also going in these two cells because of these 8s. So let me replace them by using center candidate. Okay. And just a small thing. Now the 2 is eliminated from these two cells because of this pair. That gives a 2 here. Just looking at the 8s now, a final glance. Let's go to 9s. There is 1 9 here. Okay, 9 cannot be in row 2. That gives me 9 in these two cells. You can't have 9 in column 6. You can't have 9 in column 4. 9 is not in row 7. 9 is not in column 8. That gives 9 in this domino, which in turn gives a 9 in this domino. 9 is not in row 6, so the 9 goes here, and that forces the 9 here. So far, there is at least some flow in the Sudoku. It doesn't become completely stuck. And for the sake of the video, I hope this keeps going, because Sam Cavanagh-Johnson's classics have very interesting and tough solve paths, just like Bondi's classics. So I don't know what to expect from this point. Okay, so we have made all the corner markings. It's time to do center markings. Let's start with column 9. That seems to be a good place. 4, 6, 8, 9, and 5 and 7. So this will be 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3, and a 1 and a 2. Okay. I'm thinking about this row. This is almost filled. I need 1, 2, 3, and 5 in row 6. This will be 1, 2, and 3. This will be 3, 5. This will be 2, 3, 5. Okay. I'm only marking candidates which have 3 or fewer than 3 possibilities. Now, okay, these two cells in box 2. If you look at them closely, they don't have much options, I think. Just a second, window got changed. Yeah. So 2, 3, 6, 8, 1, and 9. So which means these two cells will be 4, 5, 7. And we know that 5 doesn't go here. So that's a 4 or a 7. Okay, I'm looking at row 2. Not much there. Let's look at column 2. 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8. I need 3, 5, 7, and 9. So this will be 3, 5, 9. Row 9, column 2, because there is a 7 in row 9. This will be 3, 5, 7. You can't have 9. And that row 1, column 2 would be 3, 5, 7, and 9. Not marking that. Okay, look at row 3, column 4. 2, 3, 6, 8, and 4, 7, and 9 are eliminated. So this can only be 1 and 5. And that is nice. That is really nice. I mean, this deduction, the fact that 9 is going to be in this cell, could have been obtained earlier because of the fact that the 9 in box 1 must be in these 3 cells. And that removes the 9 from here. So this is a 9 now. And that is a 1, 4, or a 7. 5 is not going there. So I'm looking at row 3 now. 1, 2, 5, and 7 are the remaining digits. So 1 and 7 cannot be here. So that's a 2, 5. And that is nice. Now there is only one cell in row 3 for the 7. So 7 goes here. So the digits are trickling, guys. I haven't felt the hardness of the Sudoku yet. But it's still a little bit sticky, I would say, but so far not hard. Let's look at row 8, column 8. 1, 5, 7, 8, 9 are eliminated and 2 is also eliminated. So that is 3, 4 and 6. 6 is also eliminated. Excellent. That's 3, 4. Superb. I think I need a closer look here because I've got so many buy value candidates and these are really hitting my eye. You can see that all the cells which I've just highlighted have all buy value candidates. The secret to breaking harder Sudokus is to focus on buy value candidates. See if you can spot a Y wing or an X wing or something else, maybe pair or triplet. That would be easier. So I'm looking at this to see if there is a Y wing or which goes by the name of XY wing 2. Okay, I don't see any wings there. Let me just remove the colors again because they're kind of hitting in the eye. I only highlighted them to know if there was something. This is not a 5, that's just sloppy. Row 7, column 2 cannot be a 5, right? You have a 5 here, so how can this be a 5? This is 3 or a 7. And row 4, column 8 can only be 2, 3 and 5. This cell, the final cell in that column where we are yet to pencil mark, must be 3, 4 and 5. Okay. At this point, I'm feeling the pinch, guys. The Sudoku seems to have become hard by this point. So look at these 3 cells. We are completely hurt by the fact that there is a huge vacant area in row 9. There are no digits or no givens or no possibilities which can help us proceed in that area. This is one of the gray areas of the Sudoku, you can say, hard to decipher. So if you look at these 3 cells, they can't be 5, 8, 9, 1 and 7. So they must be 2, 3, 4 and 6. And 2 and 3 are eliminated in column 6. So that's 4 and 6. And these will be 2, 3, 4 and 6. So I have taken an exception here. I've marked 4 digits, 4 candidates into those cells. That's fine. This cell. Oops. Again, the window seems to have changed. 2, 3, 8, 9, 6 and 7. This must be 1, 4 and 5. You can't have anything else here. Okay, something I'm noticing here. In these 3 cells, the green cells, 6 and 9 are entrapped. And that is not much because you already have a 6 and 9 in boxes 3 and 6. I was hoping for something there, but unfortunately there's nothing there. Let me remove these colors now. So I wonder what idea is in this Sudoku. This is a really, seems to be a really tricky one. So let me just highlight these pi values again to see if there is something interesting. They're all scattered around the grid, but I'm just going to highlight those and see again. Do we have an X-swing or something? So before I look into that pink cells in deep, look at this cell. This is restricted in possibilities. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 are eliminated. So this will be 3, 4, 5. Row 2, column 7. Oh, did I see something here? Let me check this again. Was a 7 here. This would be 3. This would be 2. Yeah. A really tough deduction, guys. I don't know what to call this, but this may be a chain, right? So this is the secret to spotting chain logics in Sudokus. So you just highlight by-value candidates and try to find something meaningful in them. So I'm going to remove the highlights now. I'll just highlight the cells which are really interesting to us. This, and this. So I was looking at the pink cells when I hit upon the cell. Now what happens if this green cell here becomes a 1? Just imagine if this green cell here becomes a 1. If this is a 1, my 1 in box 8 gets forced here. Oops, sorry. Control Z. 1 gets forced here, which forces 7 here, a 3 here, and a 2 here. Now at this point, if you look at row 3, column 9, the yellow cell, it can't be a 2, it can't be a 1. So you can say this is chain logic. I don't know what else you could call this. This is a chain. I'm not sure if there is something better in the Sudoku. Maybe people who are regular solvers like Laszlo or somebody can let us know if there is something else at this point. So this is what I found at this Sudoku, and I'm going to use that. This is an excellent chain, you can say. And let me remove these colors. The fact that 1 is here forces no digit here is really difficult to see, and but the way to see that was looking at the by-value candidates in particular. So let me just go back here. 1 is not possible there. Now let us see if this is the break into the Sudoku. So 5 goes here now, and that puts 2 in here, 1 in here. This is not 1. Okay, 5 is removed from row 2, column 6, so that's a 4, 7, and that gives a 1 in here. Oops, sorry. Let me remove the colors now. They're not needed. So I have 1 in column 5, so this is not 1, that's 2 and 3. Excellent. Now where does the 1 go in row 6? This will be a 1. There is only one cell, and 5 is tucked into this domino in row 6. Okay, let's see. Look at row 2. 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We need 2, 3, 5. So this will be 2, 3, 5, and that will be 2, 3, 5. I don't want this to get stuck. Column 5, this is not a 6. I could have removed that much earlier. Oh, 7 is in this domino. Superb. That deciphers this 4, 7 pair. That's a 4, that's a 7. Excellent. That is excellent. So column 5 can be pencil marked. This is 2 or a 3. And 4 in that column has only one cell left. Superb. That's a 4, and that gives a 6 here. Now this is not a 6. Row 9, column 7. That's not 4 or 6. That's 2 and 3. Okay, 5 in box 5 has only one cell left. I think that's the break-in, guys. The chain was the break into the Sudoku, and that was a complicated chain, not so easy to spot. And now these two can be filled in 4 and 1. 4 can't be in row 4, column 4, so 4 goes here, 1 goes here. And column 4 can be filled in 2, 3 or the remaining digits. You can't have 2 here, so that's a 2 and that's a 3. 3, 5, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6. I need 1 and 7. 1 cannot be in row 7, so 7 is here and 1 is here. Excellent. And that 7 gives a 3 in row 7, column 2. Gives a 2 in row 7, column 9. 3 in here. Superb. And row 6, column 2 is now 5. So that's a 2, 3. Superb. Now look at column 2. I'm just quickly racing through the Sudoku now. That's a 5, 9. Very well. 3 can't be in row 8, column 8. That's a 4. And that's 3, 5. And that's 3, 5. Column 8 can be completed. You can't have 3 here. That is a 5. That is a 3. That is a 5, 4. This becomes a 2, 3 pair. Oops. I don't know why I'm fumbling so much with the digits here. And let's look at row 7. It's almost completed. 4 and 6. 4 can't be here. So that's 6. That's 4. Okay. The remaining digits in box 9 are 3 and 9, which can be placed instantly. Superb. Row 8 can be completed. 6 and 7. That can be easily placed. And these 3 cells must be 5, 8, and 9, which I can quickly pen down. 589 and 589. Okay, 6 is in here. That gives 8 and that gives 6. That's not 8 now. So 8 goes in here. Okay. Look at column 1. We have a pair that should probably kill the Sudoku. We need 5, 9 in that column, remaining digits, and you can't have 5 in this cell. So that's 9, that's 5, that's 9, that's 5, that's 9. Oops. Sorry. As I said, I seem to be fumbling in digits today. I don't know where I made the mistake. Let me just quickly undo this. What am I doing wrong? Let me go back, guys. Oh, in column 2, I've made wrong pencil marks. I'm extremely sorry for that. This is not 5, 9. This should actually be 7, 9, right? I'm extremely sorry for that. And that didn't affect our Sudoku at all. I'm pretty sure we never used any of these in our solve. So this has to be a 9. That has to be a 7. That becomes a 5, 9. Extremely sorry for that goof up. So 8 is forced here. 5 is forced here. 5 is forced here. 9 is forced here. And 9 in box 4 is forced here. We need 2, 3 in these 2 cells. And that 3 is looked at by this cell. So 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1 and 2. And with that, we have completed this really tough Sudoku by Sam Kavanaugh Johnson. So barring my little goof up in pencil marks in column 2, this was a really good solve, I felt. Mainly the chain was complicated, and I doubt if there is any other logic at that point. So hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the subscribe button and become a patron of the channel. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.